All right, your next comic coming to the stage. He wants to mention he's got two full-length specials, both on YouTube, produced by 4x3. One is called Miscellaneous Brown, and then his more recent one, More Miscellaneous. Make some noise right now for Erick Esteban!
Why y'all put this microphone on this ruined my outfit? It's supposed to be Swagapinos, that's why I wore this leopard sweater. The fuck? It's okay? Does it look okay? It matches because it's fuzzy on fuzzy, right? Okay. What's up, y'all? What's up, New York? Man, whenever I go on tour, when I'm out of town, I always walk. So I walk to Times Square. And y'all did some changes that I loved. Yes. Yes. Instead of the urine smell, y'all replaced it with cannabis. It's awesome. Oh my God, I love the changes you made. It's so good. How many weed smokers we got out here? No. Just in the corner? Oh, she just scolded me. She was like, no. No, I'm gonna tell you, okay? Because at first I was scared because how many Filipino weed smokers do we have? Again, same section, okay. It's right where my camera's at. Everybody all the people that I hang with are all there. Okay, no, but I was so scared to tell my mom. But I was 40 years old and we were at my birthday party and I was sneaking into the alley of my house to smoke a joint. So it's like, no, I can't do this. I gotta be a man, I gotta tell my mom. But my mom's like brown Nancy Reagan. You know, she was one of those Filipino moms that like, please don't do any drugs. Because you will die. You're gonna die if you try it even once. You're gonna die. So I didn't want to tell her. But then when I told her, I was like, Mom, I smoke weed hourly. I made the lady who scolded me laugh. No, but I told her, I'm like, Mom, I'm like Filipino Snoop Dogg. I smoke weed all the time. Okay, and you know what she said? Can you get me some? My mom does edibles all the time. No, I smoke with my mom all the time. It's great. No, but because I wanted to, I learned, I grew up and I wanted to smoke weed because of The Breakfast Club. You remember The Breakfast Club? The movie The Breakfast Club? Because there was the jock, there was the vendor, the guy who got the weed, and there was the princess. See, I was the nerd. I was Anthony Michael Hall. Because remember what happened when we smoked weed? He said, the chicks cannot hold the smoke, and that's what it is. And I was like, does weed turn you into a cool black man? Because that's what I want to be. I want to be a cool black man. For real. Listen, I'm a Filipino, grew up in the 90s listening to Snoop Dogg, okay? I want to be like smoke rolling down the street, smoking Indo, sipping on gin and juice, laid back. That's right. With my mind on my money and my money on my mind. That's what I'm talking about. I wanted to smoke weed like that. But the first time that I wanted to smoke weed, I was hanging out with this girl that worked at the Gap. So she wanted me to go pick up this dude before I could hang with her. So I'm like, all right, I'll go pick him up because I had a car, so I'm gonna go pick him up. And then his name was Manny. I'm like, wait, am I picking up another date? Manny, what the fuck? Manny, no. And then this dude answers the door, he's like, mira, hola, how are you today? Is it okay? Would you like to smoke some weed before we leave? I'm going to smoke some weed, is it okay? And I had never smoked some weed. This had been the first time. And I didn't picture smoking weed with me. Listen to me, okay? Can you smoke some weed with me? Would you like to smoke some weed with me? And he had them eyes, them eyes. I mean, I'm cool with you if you're gay, but if you get them eyes, them eyes, like, looking at me like, I wonder what your dick tastes like eyes. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? I didn't know whether I could, but I wanted to smoke weed, so I smoked, and then I don't really feel it. And then homie said, mira, you will feel it. You will feel it. Don't worry, you'll feel it. You want to smoke some more, you will feel it. Mira. And I was like, and I hit it. And I was like, oh, this is beautiful. And I loved it. And then I only had to suck his dick for a pound. It was great, it was great. It was wonderful. This whole set ended up being about weed. I'm gonna leave y'all with I started growing weed. I started growing weed, because I grew up in Cali. I grew up in Cali, so I not even grew up in Cali, I grew up in Chicago, and now I live in Cali. See how much weed I smoke? I forgot where I grew up. No, but I started growing weed. I bought a weed plant, and I grew this little plant all the way up. I'm growing it in my backyard like Mr. Miyagi. You know, I'm catching flies with chopsticks around this mother. I'm cultivating the shit out of this. I'm loving the hell out of this plant. I would have fucked this plant if I could fuck it. I love this plant, okay? And then on 420, Pothead Christmas, I went out and I had an uneasy feeling. I woke up, my plant was a stick.
It was a who?
It was a stick. It had been chewed up. It had been chewed up. And then I looked in the corner of the backyard, and my pit bull had a weed leaf stuck out of his mouth, shaking all high and shit. Now I'm Filipino, and I have never wanted to eat a dog. But that 420, I almost made that bitch inedible. Thank you very much. I've been Erick Esteban.